Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. So this video I wanted to do a little bit differently where I just sit here and talk to you guys. I did make some crafts as well, which I will show you guys later. I did pre-make them, so I'll just show you the end products of those. But the crafts I made and what I'll be talking about today is all within the same topic, and that's graduation. So as you guys know, I am a student at the University of Houston, and I'm actually a senior, graduating this semester, so that makes me part of class of 2020. And if you didn't already know, you know, class of 2020, their commencement ceremony was postponed, and we don't know till what date. But the original date was May 9th, which is in 2 weeks, and I was like so excited, which makes me so sad to think that, you know, we aren't gonna have one. Maybe there's a possibility, but you know, at the end of the day, no one can take away the 4 years or more, or however long it took for us to work towards this goal. You know, we did that, we did the work, we did all of that. So I just want to take the time to congratulate anybody else who's watching and who is also part of class of 2020. You guys definitely did the work for all of this, and you deserve a congratulations. We all did amazing, and you know what? We can celebrate when things are better, but at the end of the day, you should celebrate now because you did that. But yeah, so for me, I want to talk to you guys why graduation was so important for me. So some people don't know, but like in my small little family, people who I live with, I was the first one in the house to graduate high school. So I was the first one to bring in a high school diploma, and honestly, it was a big party and we were all excited and it was great, you know. And then I decided I was going to go to college, and since 7th grade I knew that I wanted to open up my own business and do event management, so become like a party planner or something. But I didn't know what to study in college, so I googled what should I study to become an event planner, and on Google it told me to study hospitality or business management. So I took my SAT. First gen student here, y'all. I did not do good. I did not study. I didn't know what I was doing. I waited till the last possible date to take an SAT of my senior year. Also, let's talk about how I had major senioritis my senior year of high school. But that's another story. Either way, I waited till like the very last minute. Obviously, I didn't do well on the SAT. So I took the TSI, and then I applied to community college. And I went to community college and I studied business administration and got my basics out the way, and also earned my associates. And then I transferred to UH, and my original plan was to transfer to UH under a hospitality major, but when I looked at all the websites, I couldn't find hospitality, so I transferred as my next best option, which was business management, because that's what Google said. So I transferred as a business management major, and I got into the CT Bauer College of Business, and that was fall of 2018 that I became a student at the University of Houston, so almost 2 years ago now. But yeah, we threw a big party for my high school graduation, and we threw a big party when I got my associate. So once I did not, and when I was at Warden, I, you know, worked 2 jobs, was a full-time student, and it was crazy. Honestly, I was a workaholic. I was like, if I wasn't in class, I wanted to be at work, and that's what I did. That's why I had 2 jobs. Some days I would work both jobs, some days I would work one or the other, and I was like taking 6 classes and then trying to do my homework and trying to study. But I would take early classes and then just stay on campus until I had work. It was a little tough on the days I had to work at both jobs, but when I only worked at one, I had like time to do homework, so that was good. But that was like how I was living, and that was like it, work, home, school, school, homework, and it was just like going and going and going. So when I transferred, I wanted to keep the same thing, school, homework, because work pays for school, and obviously gotta do both. But my community college was 15 minutes away from my house and 5 minutes away from both my jobs, so that was a little easier to do. University of Houston is in downtown, which is 30 minutes away from where I live without traffic. But when is there ever no traffic? So it usually was always like an hour to get to school. So that meant that school was also an hour away from my job. So my first semester there, it was really hard to work while also being a full-time student and trying to maintain everything else. But I quit one of my jobs and just kept one, and with the one that I kept, there was a day, my first semester, there was a day that I got out at 10 a.m. So those 2 days that I got out at 10 a.m. I would be available to work by 11 a.m. because that's how long it took to get back. So I would work anytime past 11 a.m. those 2 days, and then I would work the 3 days for the weekend, which is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I did that for my first semester at University of Houston, and honestly, it was good. It was great. And then one of my counselors my first semester encouraged me to join a student organization. So I joined one and got very involved with that one. There was a day on one of the days I got out at 5:30, and a lot of their events were at 6 p.m. So on those 2 days where I got out at 5:30 from classes, I didn't work anyways because I got out too late. So I would stay on campus to go to their events, and it was pretty fun. I got very involved, which I didn't think I would do. I'm like the one person who's like, all right, we're gonna go to school, we're gonna go home, or we're gonna go to work. Like, there's nothing in between. We don't have time for anything in between. But I did it anyways, and I'm honestly best decision of my life. But yeah, I did that and met some amazing people, made some great friends. But yeah, I got very involved there, and then it was time for second semester. So in our student organizations, you can run to be an officer, and that just means you're one of the positions that help run the events that these organizations do. So I ran to be operations director for the student organization, and I got it. It was very nerve-wracking, very different. I wanted to quit multiple times before actually getting to election night. I was like, drop. I wanted to drop multiple times. I was just like, I can't do this. Like, who do I think I am? And then I'm really not gonna have time to do anything. So people kept convincing me to do it, and I did, and I went through with it. It was election night. I went up there, I presented, and then we had to wait a whole week to find out if we won, y'all. A whole week. Anyways, I won. It was great. It was amazing. And then that semester was pretty fun, actually. I met some more amazing people and everything. And then we had another election, and I re-ran, but for a different position. So it's for the same organization, and I ran for a different position. This time I ran for public relations because I felt like it was the closest thing to what I wanted to do, which was be an event planner, because this role organized socials, and they organized the banquet and the end of the semester banquet, and they made flyers and marketing, and I was like, oh yes, amazing. So I applied for that. Also, the previous role I was in operations, they do room reservations and food, so I had originally loved that role because it also dealt with event management. So then I was like, next role to do is public relations, and you got the 2 roles that deal with events and you're getting experience. So I ran for public relations and I ran a pose. I ended up getting that. And that was, we had all of summer. So, and then came fall of 2019. Now, y'all, this last year at University of Houston has been so crazy that it just feels like I've been there for so long because of this one year. Like, the first year was cool, but like this last year, it was amazing. Last semester and this semester, they are amazing, and it's just, I really wished they didn't come to an end. But fall of 19, I was public relations officer for the first organization that I had joined, and the only one I had been in the year before, which was Society for Human Resource Management. And this was what I was studying. As I told you guys, I transferred as a business management major, and then I decided to do a track in human resources because I joined this organization. But that semester I had also decided that I was double majoring in management and marketing, so that for that semester I was taking marketing and management classes, and I was so excited. The semester before I had decided marketing was really cool, and if I mixed management and marketing, it was pretty close to event management. So that's where we got there. But fall of 19 is also when I finally found out the University of Houston did have a hospitality program, and I was very sad because I had already been, I'm like, I have 1 semester left, there's no point in changing it now. Plus business had been fun. I was like, I like this, I'm having fun here, and I decided to join one more organization, which was the Collegiate Entrepreneurs Organization, which they had their table across from us all 3 days, and I was just like, wow, this sounds so cool, I'm actually interested in entrepreneurship, blah blah blah. That conversation happened and I ended up joining. And then I've been looking at the American Marketing Association, which is a different organization, and I was looking at them because I told you guys I decided to double major in management and marketing. So I was like, I'm already an officer in the management one, I've already been in the management one for 1.5 years now, why not try my marketing side? Plus I was a little bit more interested in the marketing side. Went to their info night, ended up joining them. And then this is the HBSA, Hispanic Business Student Association. And this time I ran into some old high school friends at their info night. I already had a couple friends who were in there that I had met from classes, or they were also in Society for Human Resource Management, so SHRM. They were also in SHRM, and I was just like, they encouraged me to go, so I went to go check it out, and I went to their info night. And since I knew people, I feel like the only reason I agreed to it was because I knew people. So I agreed and I joined. So now I'm in 4 organizations, y'all. And I also decided to apply for 2 programs. So I applied for what our school calls the TED Power Leadership Certificate Program. I got rejected and then got accepted. So I did that as well. I was in 6 classes that semester, and the TED Power Leadership Certificate thing, which is like a class in itself, so pretty much 7 classes. And then I also applied for this trip thingy called Leadership. I talked about it in my last video about it being my college experience. So I applied for leadership, got rejected, and then got accepted. A lot of rejections that turned into acceptances later. But that semester was just like crazy. And it was honestly, so much happened in that semester, like so much bad stuff and good stuff, all of it in a mix of one. That semester I legit didn't think I would be able to make it one more semester. I was like, why am I doing this, blah blah blah. I also started questioning a little bit why I was even in college, or more specifically why I was studying what I was studying. So I was like, you know what, there's good things to it and there's bad things to it. So I went back and decided to think about what I was studying and why I was studying it. So when I went back, I realized I was studying management because Coco told me to study management. But what did I like about management? So specifically, I studied human resource management. I did that track, and there's many like things you can do in it. But the only thing that caught my attention was recruiter. So that was it. And then marketing. I love marketing. Like, I just love the idea of marketing, advertisements, and all of that. Like, anything that goes into marketing, I love the idea. However, I don't see it as something I would want to do for the rest of my life. So I'd probably want to do advertising. However, it wasn't advertising that I studied, it was marketing. And I know advertising falls under marketing, but I took classes based off of like digital marketing, and they were fun and interesting, and I definitely loved every single one of them. And like, we're in the 21st century, so you know, technology, that was interesting and fun. But I just don't think I'd be good at it, so I didn't do it. It was like, none of these roles really interest me. I don't know what I'm doing. And then like, I looked at some roles that interest me, and then I really thought about them, and I was like, I would suck at these roles. Yeah, self-doubt, fun thing. But I applied for next semester's classes and decided to run as a vice president. Actually, I wanted to run for president for my organization that I was an officer for, and this would be my 3rd time as an officer. And I wanted to run as president, but my close friend also wanted to run as president, so I decided to be her VP and let her run as president. Still kind of sad that I didn't get to be president, but it's cool, you know. I did a great job as VP this semester, at least I believe so. I may not speak for myself, I don't know. But yeah. So the semester was going good. I did some quite life-changing things in my life, and all of it was, you know, set for graduation. So I applied to a Disney College program, which is something I've always wanted to apply to, and I got accepted. I had applied a year ago and didn't get accepted, so to get accepted was like a crazy thing, and I was so excited for that. Sadly, as you guys know from my questions video, it did get canceled, but I will be trying to apply again to work for Disney, hopefully someday. That was supposed to be an 7-month program, and yeah, that was my post-graduation goals, but now I don't have any. And obviously I was ready for graduation. I was so excited, and then yeah, just being there for people. The important thing now is graduation. So I am actually, when the whole COVID-19 stuff came to light, it was the week of spring break, and they announced that we were extending and that we might go back. So I was really hoping we would go back, just because it's my last semester in school. Sorry, I'm already tearing up, y'all. But I understand, you know, safety comes first and everything. And then I was keeping count. I was like, okay, kind of looks like we're not gonna go back. Kind of looks like the rest of the semester is gonna be online. So what does that mean for our commencement ceremony? And then finally the news dropped where they announced that our commencement ceremony was postponed and it wasn't happening. And at that time I had finally convinced, you know, this was like a big deal for all of us. For me specifically, this is like what I wanted was this, and then I would be happy with everything else that comes my way. I just wanted to do this, and as a first generation student, like, this is like the thing to do. So we were all excited, we all planned it, we all put it on our calendars. We were like, May 9th. This time, the timing guide came out the week before as well. The week before spring break, they finally announced times for our specific majors. So I was graduating 2 to 5:30, and I was like, ooh, yes, May 9th, 2 to 5:30, write it on your calendars, do this, do that. People had asked for the day off already. People were buying their plane tickets over here already. And then I actually, like, I convinced my brother to come, and my brother is younger than me. He's 19 years old, and he's never been to a single one of my graduations. I've had two, so I had my high school graduation and I had my associate's graduation, and this would have been my third one, but the most important one. So I convinced him to come, and that was like so much to me, is to have like my siblings at my graduation, because they mean so much to me, and I wish you guys knew the story behind it, but just know they mean so much to me. So I was really glad that I could share that with them and with everybody in the family. So when they announced that I was gone, I was like, oh, so I don't get to share this with anybody. I don't get to make a big deal about it. I will still be making a big deal about it, actually. I will still be making a big deal about it. It's just, it won't be as big of a deal as before, because people aren't flying over here to come celebrate. We aren't getting all together to come celebrate, because, you know, we can't. But honestly, it's a big goal of mine, and it was just, you know, graduation meant so much to me. For that reason, is to make, you know, everyone come together for one big thing, you know, that I did. Graduation being canceled, definitely not canceled, but postponed, definitely hurt me, especially knowing that we don't know what day it's gonna be in, and they originally said for like early fall, late summer, but if you watch the news a little bit, you kind of know, you know, this isn't going away anytime soon. So I really don't think that they're even gonna have a commencement ceremony for our specific class. So class of 2020 will probably not be walking a stage like we planned to. It's very sad. It's very sad. You know, I've walked a stage twice already, and I've gotten my diploma degree twice, and you know, nothing makes you feel accomplished about what you just did than walking that stage and having everyone stare at you while your name is called, and more importantly, having your family there, you know, cheer you on. Nothing will compare to that specific moment, whether they do a virtual version of it or they just don't do it at all. It just won't be the same as that in-person experience you get when you walk down that stage for your accomplishments. It did mean a lot to me, so it's very sad, but I'm glad that we're all staying safe, and everyone that I know with love is safe and good, and I hope all of you guys are safe and good. Definitely, if you need somebody to talk to or anything, reach out to me. If you're sad about graduation, let's throw our own little party. We can do a Zoom party or something. Yeah. I know for me, a lot of things have been turned upside down. It's definitely not the graduation I expected, but I know good things will also come. So because of all of this that's been happening, I've had some time to think, and I actually don't really like what I studied. So I realized that none of it really had to do with my end goal, which was opening up my business. And now that I have a little bit more time, I will be focusing more on trying to do that and trying to open up my business hopefully by next year. So I'll be doing that. I'll keep you guys updated. I also kind of talked with a couple friends, and I do have an appointment with my career counselor on Tuesday to talk about it, but I have an appointment with my career counselor to talk about a career change as a senior who's technically already graduated, and see what are my options. But when I was talking with some friends, I realized that I had a passion for like mentorship. Being an officer for 3 different semesters, I realized that I really loved connecting with our members and being there for our members and being somewhat of a mentor in their college experience. So, you know, if they had questions, they would come to me and ask me, what classes do you recommend? What would you do for this? And all of that. Like, oh, where can I apply for this? And we would like let them know about scholarships and do this and just help them. You know, we're all in the same boat, and we're all here to help each other. And that was like really good to me. Like, that felt really good to me, just to be able to be there for people and help them. And you know, I thought about it a little bit, and I was like, you know what, a mentor, that's definitely like something I should do. It's definitely something I love, and I definitely love helping other people out. So when I talked to my friends about it, they suggested for me to become a counselor. And I definitely would love to be a counselor. I do remember way long ago, I did think about it. However, I was like, counseling, like, I got a million problems, how am I gonna be a counselor? But I do realize a lot of people have a million problems, and I could probably help. And I actually love to help. Giving advice and being there for people is something I love to do. So I think that's what I probably should have studied. But we will see. So I'm definitely gonna try to open up my business and do that. Some plans are already in the works, and we will see what happens. And yeah, we're gonna see what career I end up choosing. Maybe I'll be a counselor, or who knows what I'll be. But I know that it's okay to not know. You know, I've been freaking out for like the last month because obviously I'm graduating. So I was like, you had 4 years to think about it. You had a whole lot of time to think about it, and you want to question it the last semester, pretty much the last month, right when you're there. You want to be like, oh, but what I did, was that good? Was it good? I don't know, but it's crazy to think that I'm questioning it now when I had 4 years. But I just want to put it out there and say that, you know, if you're in the same situation as me where you're graduating college as a senior and you feel like the last 4 years you were certain and now you're at the very finish line and now you're just like, maybe not, it's okay. Apparently we're not alone. Apparently I'm not alone. So apparently there's a lot of people who think this. There's people who realize before the 4 years is over. I know some people who've switched their major a couple times, luckily not in their last semester, which is why I didn't. I already spent a bunch of money. I'm already at the finish line, so I might as well finish the finish line, cross the finish line and finish. But yeah, so I just want you guys to know, like, you're not alone. There's definitely other people who feel like this their senior year, and specifically their last semester. So I know I'm not alone, and I want you guys to know you're not alone. It's okay to not know what you want, especially specifically for me. I'm only 22. I turn 23 later this year in October, and I'm still young. Like, it's definitely okay to not know what I want to do. I mean, I have an idea, but I went through college, and that's the thing. Like, I already did the college part, so now it's just figuring out what I want to do. And it's okay to not know. You know, I'm still young. I still have quite a lot of time. Well, not that much time, but I have some time to think about what I want to do and all of that. And we will see what advice I get, what I end up doing, and just have fun with it. Yeah. This video is probably like all over the place now. I just want you guys to know that you can mean so much to one person more than you think, you know? I've met a lot of people who've left an impact on me where I definitely would have made some choices without their advice or anything. And I've met a lot of different people throughout my path through the 4 years I've been in college. A lot of people who you normally wouldn't think you would find in college, but you do, and they're genuine people, they're great people. And I've met a lot of people who probably shouldn't be in college, and you just meet a lot of people, but they all teach you different lessons. They all teach you different things, and you gotta grasp all of them, take them all in, and, you know, learn. That's what we do every day as humans. We learn, and that's step one, is just keep learning. You know, be nice, be kind, because you never know how much you can impact someone's life. Before we go, let me show you guys the two graduation cap ideas that I've made. So we have this one. It's a Friends themed one. This is the one where Liz graduates, UH 2020. I love the movie. I love the show Friends, so I had to make that. And then we have a Disney themed one. I used Winnie the Pooh and a quote from Winnie the Pooh himself. It says, "How lucky am I to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard?" And then this spot right put that down. This spot right here is empty because I'm gonna need to put like a collage of pictures. I just didn't have the pictures ready, so it's not done yet. Plus I don't know when graduation is gonna be, so I have all the time in the world. But yeah, we have these two, and they're honestly the cutest things ever. Hey loves, thank you so much for watching my video, and you know, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I talk a lot. I talk a lot, as we learned in the questions video and now in this one. Yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed learning about my college journey, how I feel about graduation, and I hope you guys are doing okay. And if you're graduating, just know I'm here with you, and your achievements are definitely something to celebrate, even if you celebrate it with just whoever you're stuck with. And if you're by yourself, definitely call up some friends and celebrate with them. But yeah, if you guys ever want to talk or anything, I do have my Instagram and my Twitter below. I do check those out pretty regularly, so definitely check me out there. I promise to reply. And yeah, please subscribe and like and share this video, and stay tuned for next week. So I will still be continuing this. I did start YouTube for a school project, and I do plan on continuing it, even though this is the last video for the school project. So we will see what my YouTube channel brings past this day, but we will have fun regardless. So thank you guys so much for tuning into the past 6 weeks, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks. Class of 2020, be proud, be